Welcome to The Music Reel. I'm your host, Nicola Burton. And today, my very special guest is Sean Foran. Now, he is the head of the Department of Contemporary Music at the JMC Academy in Brisbane. Now, JMC are celebrating 35 years in education, and they remain Australia's leading creative industries institution. And they offer degrees and diplomas in music, songwriting, audio engineering, film and television production, entertainment business management, digital design, 3D animation, and game design. So it all begins with these guys. They create the foundation for our industry. So Sean, thank you for joining me today and adding your voice to this conversation. How are you going?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for inviting me, Nikki. It's great to be here, and that was a cool intro. There's a lot of diversity in the student scope at JMC, which is really cool. That's something that is really nice that they get to engage with so many different creative disciplines while they're here.
And I think the first question is really, how are your students adapting to this lockdown situation?
Every day is different.
Yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah, it was a very swift, for all of us, right? It was a very swift change. So we, back in March, April, I can't remember exactly when it happened. It's all blur.
March the 13th, Friday the 13th.
There you go. Okay, good. So we just had what we did was we just took a week off. We gave the students a week break, and we just transitioned all of our courses into online delivery mode. So we had this really heavy duty week of prep and then rolled everything out. And so and speaking on behalf of the music department, we really transitioned everything over to that online model, which for some things is obviously really hard, like music making is a practical endeavor. So that was, it's been very challenging for the students, but they've done, on the whole, I think remarkably well in terms of how they've handled it, in just being professional and just kind of getting on with, this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to learn music, and I'm here to be creative and work on my career, and I can still do that, even though I'm kind of just remote for this period of time. So they've, it's had its ups and downs. But I sometimes think that some of the classes and some of the content has been really great online, like learning music theory or some kind of songwriting and arranging stuff, because the resources, like the video resources, they're so good sometimes that it's some of the students have been, just kind of saying, this is great. I'm really happy having it online.
And I think that's the key, isn't it? This is where we live. We live online. So for any sort of educational program, it's great now that that's a big part of how we deliver anything. So I guess the next question, now that we've got this huge challenge ahead of us, how does the lockdown and then the subsequent long burn of recovery impact how you guys deliver your programs in terms of, I guess, the overall structure? Because these are the live music artists for the future.
Yep. And
they're going into a very different ecosystem. So how does that change what you're actually delivering now?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think certainly our thinking, is now more centered around delivering things digitally. So how can we continue to deliver online in a really effective way? Like, what tools do we need? How can we maximize so that the students are still getting that same experience and they're still learning their craft? So that's a big part of what we do. But also kind of looking forward, we're hopeful that, as the restrictions ease, there's a little bit more face-to-face, occurring. So we're starting to plan for some transition to face-to-face for small group stuff, that with that appropriate, kind of physical distancing. So the students are really excited about that. Like, can we come together as a group of 4 people? So we will start to do some of that in the future, and like a band rehearsal with a few people and things like that. But the other big thing is just kind of taking the opportunity to skill them up even more in terms of, you're a performing artist now, so let's make sure you are across your digital presence and in terms of can you do a live stream, and are you really spending time on recording? Like, this is the time to dig into recording and create more recorded content. So, you know, so many of our assessments have transitioned into recording assessments and live stream gigs and all that stuff. So I think we're putting the emphasis now on these are the skills that you need to develop, because this is more a part of your, you know, expected output now. You're not just going to be doing live gigs face to face. You need to have more recordings. You need to be on streaming, like live streaming gigs. So we want to make sure they can technically do that. So that, as far as our curriculum, like going forward, that's something we'll be really pushing.
And I guess really it's about, look, let's just face it, our industry, the end, like I guess the Holy Grail is a live show, right? And look, that will come back. It will come back, but it'll be, I'd say, a couple of years before it comes back to how it was pre-March.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I guess, you know, your job is to help them develop their brand, get those songs so that they can actually cut through the noise of the millions of other artists that are going to be live streaming at the same time.
Right.
So, you know, it's quite a job, really, isn't it, for what you guys have got to do to prepare these guys, because they are our future.
Absolutely.
Our industry lies on their shoulders. Like, no pressure. No pressure,
guys. Yeah.
So I know we were actually going to do our Music Means Business events with you guys this year. And that probably won't happen until next year.
Yeah, it's on the back burner. But
that's the thing, is that you do need to have that ability to, I guess, connect live.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's such a big part of our industry. And here we are in this crazy time where we never thought we'd be, and you can't even get together, well, like you said, with 4 people, let alone doing it live. So I guess, what's your strategy in terms of that with these guys? I guess psychologically, how they can actually prepare themselves to
navigate that. Yeah. I agree. It's so difficult. We've been focusing on, and continue to focus on, this actually is a really great time for that focused skill development. Like, this is the time to dig into the writing. This is the time to do lots of demos at home. Like, it's a, you know, we're all obviously trying to make the most of the situation, but this is potentially an extremely good, like, gift of this. You can't go out and do stuff, you know, you've got less activities on. So this is like practice. This is time on your instrument, which is like going to pay off in spades later. You're going to really, really reap the dividends of that. So yeah, our big push is, like, use this creative time, like, use this productively. And then whatever happens later, whatever form that comes out, you still got to have the songs, still got to be able to play.
Exactly.
This, you know, you can use this. It's
like a creative intensive, you know, something we never thought we'd have. So we have to flip it and say, you know what, this is a great opportunity. We're all going to leverage it to the max.
Yep.
So look, Sean, I really love what you guys do. It's been great to hear your voice today. And I want everyone to check out JMC Academy. If you're thinking of getting into this industry and you feel a bit, I guess, you know, bummed out by what's happening, don't be. Work with these guys.
Yeah.
Look, we are on the verge of something completely new and amazing with this industry. So like Sean said, it is an opportunity. Let's leverage it. And Sean, look, thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
Pleasure.
I wish you guys the very best. I can't wait till we can finally actually get our little
get some face-to-face going on, yeah. You know, and we just had a few, we just had a start of a trimester, you know, 4 weeks ago. And so there's a whole bunch of new, you know, first-term students here.
Right.
And it's just, like, that is really incredible to see that this group of kind of 25 people who are just, they're in and they're just going for it. And it's great evidence of, yeah, you don't actually need to be held back by this. Like, this is a great time to dig in and get that creativity happening. So, yeah, more power to them and to everyone, really.
Exactly. Look, that's what our industry is all about. We're independent, we're creative, we're innovative. When people say no, we go, no, not happening. I'm going to make it.
Going to do it.
All right, Sean, look, have a great day. Thank you. And I will talk to you again soon. Thanks, Sean from JMC. Thank you.